In today's episode, I'll be giving my review and reaction to the fourth episode in Survivor's 48th season, titled The House Party's Over. So, guys, the house party's over. Let's get right into it. Do something, man. People are questioning you. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, yep, do that. Sure, guys. Stupid and dumb. Just an idiot. Get your shit together, son. Fuck it. I loved it. Welcome to the Dub Cast. Coming off of last week, we have the reaction from the green team after voting out Justin. Weird, odd vote. Say being Say, she's not very happy at this vote result. She's a little bit salty at Cedric for what happened at last tribal. He wrote her name down twice. Obviously, she's still here, so there is some sort of solace in that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of contention between these two that we'll see continue on. Sai and Mary do stick to their word for now. They are going to be on slightly better terms moving forward, as Cedric asked. That's the reason why he seemingly kept Say in the show when Say was like, we'll do better, and he's like, you guys got to stop fighting all the time. So that's our dynamics on the Green Tribe. Should mention now, sorry, this video is late. One thing out there, March Madness, that was my whole focus, so this is going to come out one day before the actual next episode comes out, and then my next episode will be the next episode review. So take it as what you will. Sorry about that. Back into it. We got the tribe swap. Finally, a real tribe swap is here. Since season 45, they did one. Obviously, season 44, they did kind of a wonky one with the one-person switch. But I'm here for a tribe swap. I think I actually like the tribe swap in every other season. It doesn't need to be in every season because I feel like people get screwed over by the tribe swap. I mean, obviously the answer is to do bigger tribes, like 2 tribes of 10, because, I mean, these small tribals are ridiculous, and it's so scary for everyone that's involved in them. I'm scared. I'm not even on the fucking show. So yeah, I think a swap every now and then, keep the players fresh, keep them on their toes. Let's do tribes of 9, 2 tribes of 9, Jeff. Hands of the fans. Season 50, 2 tribes of 9 if we're doing 18, 2 tribes of 10 if we're doing 20. But yeah, I mean, new swap here, all new tribes of 5, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But hey, it's New Era Survivor. We're getting a swap. Let's have fun. So, kind of a weird draw for everybody, as swaps usually are. We have the new orange team. This contains Chrissy and Mitch from the original orange team, and then Cedric and Say from Vula, and then Bianca is the only purple member left on that team. So you have a 2v2v1, just going off original tribe numbers in that group. The new green group, we have Shaheen, Joe, and Thomas coming from the original purple group, and then we have Kamilla and Kyle coming from the original orange group. So a 3-on-2 in that tribe there. And then the new purple tribe is David and Charity coming from the original orange tribe, Eva and Star from the original purple tribe, and Mary from the original green tribe. So some interesting dynamics. I mean, things that jump out at you here. Bianca, only purple member, seems like that's a pretty easy vote out on paper. The green team, I mean, that's a 3-2, but we'll get into that. It's not very simple, but it seemed like that could have kind of gone one way. The new purple team, I think, is interesting because you have Mary as kind of the swing vote potentially, but we'll talk about the dynamics between Eva and Star. I think that is kind of funny that they ended up on the same tribe together. Obviously, the show knows that, so maybe that's how we saw that episode content in episode 3. So yeah, I mean, new tribes are happening, new relationships are forming. I'm here for it. I always like the people meeting each other. Kind of takes away the luster of them meeting at the merge, but tribe swap, so let's do it. So first, we start out with the new purple team. We have an immediate connection between David and Eva. A lot of people making fun of Eva online for aligning with men. I don't hold it against her. I think some people are just more inclined to be friends with a certain gender, and that's fine. Like, I think I can be perfectly good friends with women and men on my own. But if someone prefers to be friends with only girls or only guys, who am I to judge? She says she gets along with the guys a lot better. So David, being the only man on that tribe, they form an immediate connection. So that's something to watch moving forward. Obviously, Eva but would like to have that companionship. I mean, she clearly has that companionship with Joe. Now she's not with Joe anymore, so she kind of needs that person that she can go to with anything. Doesn't trust Star from original tribe, hence we're here with David. And Eva is going to offer up Star on the silver platter. So I'm getting kind of flashbacks to season 46 where you had the orange team was like all just throwing each other to the fire, and then the green team was like trying to stick all together. I think the team trying to stick all together is the green team here, not the green team, the orange team, and then the purple team's kind of like just kind of a mess, a little bit of a mess. So obviously, Star and Eva, we saw last episode, had that little back and forth beef where Eva brought up the puzzlers to vote out as like a fake plan. Star ran it back to them immediately. So they have beef with each other. Star somehow still doesn't have this idol 5 episodes in, which is like the craziest. I feel like even when they used to give out the clues, like we didn't even get that much time in between. So hope Star can find it for her own sake. But yeah, another connection we see is David being popular with Mary too. I'm impressed with David's social game. I think he's got a lot of people wanting to work with him. I do think he falls into that typical category of being like the merge or early merge book due to challenge strength, but we haven't seen him be like a Jonathan in challenges, or he's not like a Kyle from last season, like at least so far. Like he hasn't been so far above, so I think he's doing a good job managing his threat level. I do question his strategic ability. Essentially, it's been heavily speculated and pretty much confirmed that he was a recruit, so we'll see what happens with that. But I love getting a little bit of his backstory, and I'm liking David's character so far. So enough with the new purple. Let's go to the new orange team. We have a nice camp there. Obviously, Chrissy and Mitch are returning there, so they let everyone know it's good there. Bianca thinks she finds a crack between Say and Cedric, which is good news for her if you're able to split them off and go with the oranges. The bad news is the old oranges and old purples are trying to get each other out. I don't think Bianca's on that wave. I think she's just trying to find anything. She's the only person on the team and she's the only person on the tribe from purple, and she also doesn't have a vote, so she's really in like a dire situation in my opinion. Mitch and Cedric form a connection over stuttering. Crazy backstory on Cedric. He actually used to stutter back in his days growing up, so he connects with Mitch. Obviously, Mitch had some trouble, not trouble, but he was talking about his stuttering at the challenges before one of the talking at the mats before one of the challenges. I think that was last episode. So that's a nice connection between those two. Say and Bianca connect. Say kind of dishes the tea on what happened in the tribal council. She doesn't trust Cedric. That's where Bianca thinks the crack is coming from. And then Chrissy kind of joins up with that Mitch and Cedric group. So it's looking like it's Mitch, Cedric, and Chrissy versus Bianca and Say. But Say is probably just going to vote with them to vote out Bianca, in my opinion, if they were to go to tribal. So now we have the new green team. And this is the Vula camp, the cursed Vula camp. They go to the beach. It's a disaster, completely nothing what they expected in comparison to their other two camps. This is like bad news, man. So Kamilla right away is lying about the game, saying she's on the bottom, and then she clocks Thomas for lying about the journey after she spoke to Star in an immunity challenge that we didn't even see. So I don't know if I'm a fan of when they do the flashbacks that we don't see. I feel like it would be nice to have context, but I guess the context didn't really matter until now, so I guess I'm okay with it. And she's telling this to Joe and Shaheen, like, Thomas lied about the journey, guys. And it's basically a word or whose word do you trust between Thomas and Mitch for the people who have been with Thomas the whole time and are in a tight 3-person alliance with them. So they don't really buy this from Kamilla. I thought it was a decent play, but I feel like she kind of went about it the wrong way. And this sets a little bit of rivalry in this episode between Thomas and Kamilla. Obviously, if you know the results of the episode, not too long of a rivalry there, but it is what it is. So we get to our immunity challenge, and right off the bat, this is a classic come in too confident, you know what's going to happen. The new Vula team comes in chanting and saying they will win. In parentheses, I put that's bad. Like, I knew that was going to happen to them. Basically, I don't even remember what this challenge was at this point. Mitch, I just recognize as a dog at throwing stuff. I mean, you have to throw it through. You had to throw it through like a little post, a beanbag through a post onto a table. That was one part of it. Mitch is just a beast at throwing stuff, so respect to Mitch. Green is close. You're building like a nice 3-step puzzle, which I thought was really interesting to build. Green's close but doesn't have it. Purple wins outright, and then orange gets second. And yeah, the lesson here is never gloat, never be too overconfident. I mean, I shouldn't even have to be the one to tell you that. I'm sure you've heard that before in your life. But green team back to tribal council. The green team has lost every challenge, even with new members now, still losing every challenge. So Yeah, not great. So back at camp, it's lining up to be a pretty easy 3-2 vote. You have Shaheen, Joe, and Thomas in the Type 3 person California Girls Alliance group. And then you have Kamilla and Kyle in their original Orange group, but they're playing it off like they're not close at all. Shaheen, in my opinion, if people think Shaheen's going to win the game, this episode will be a major, major detriment to that. I don't have Shaheen in my top like 5 at this point. I mean, he was just, you could tell. I mean, I could kind of tell that it wasn't going to go the way we thought it was going to go. Well, they kind of tell you, like, they tell you it's going to probably be one of the purple people, like, essentially, because I just feel like they kind of knew, I don't know. It wasn't really an option for me that it was going to be Kyle or Kamilla going home. So Shaheen just is very overconfident, has terrible reads. I don't think Shaheen's winning this game. I see him being like an early merge boot. Yeah, I mean, they were just dunking on him over and over again, and we'll talk about how the edit was protecting a certain other person in this scene as well, or in these scenes as well. So, got to give a shout out to my boy Thomas. He's mentioned Freaky Deaky. I don't know if he was mentioning Nick's, or not Nick, Negan's speech in Walking Dead. I'm hoping for a little Freaky Deaky. Hopefully people get that reference. If not, oh good. Sorry that you had to witness that. And it's probably not from that at all. So check out Walking Dead season 6 or 7. One of my favorite scenes of Negan. Anyways, so the boys are overconfident. Thomas, Joe, and Shaheen, they don't think that they have anything, but just in case, Shaheen's going to search through Kyle's bag in the open with Kamilla sitting right there. You could see the panic on Camilla's face, but luckily for Kyle, he hid it in his shoe, and Shaheen did not do a thorough enough search to find the idol in Kyle's shoe. Which, if you're gonna search a bag, like, might as well go out with it. Like, I feel like there's no point in just poking around. They're not gonna have it out in the open for you. So that's hilarious that Kyle's idol wasn't there, and Shaheen searched his bag and just didn't find it. Which, again, dunking on Shaheen in this episode. So we go to Tribal Council, and this reminded me a lot of the Rachel Lamont fake funeral last season, where she was gonna obviously play her idol. And then they're like, if this is it for you, what do you think? Like, very emotional music and the explanation. Like, this has been such an awesome experience. So I thought that was kind of cool how that both those players had that same idea, Kyle and Rachel, and Kyle obviously hadn't even seen what Rachel had done. So maybe that was a new move. People at Tribal Council, you got to metagame this now. Are they faking it? Do they have an idol? It's going to cause even more waves at the next season 49 and 50 Tribal Councils. So that was cool by Kyle, and Kamilla does it as well. I mean, I think that was kind of just a question everybody answered, but with the way they framed it, it made it seem like it was a fake funeral for the players. And there's one more person Jeff asks before. Well, I should mention there it was down to either Shaheen or Thomas who they were going to vote out. There is one more person that Jeff asks about his experience and to reflect on it, and it is Thomas. And I was sad, man. I really like Thomas. I had him in 2 fantasy teams. Not that that affects my viewing, but I thought Thomas was a really good confessionalist. I liked what he brought to the show. I think this is way too early. He was robbed. He probably won't be back just because he was gone too soon. They have way too many people to bring back at this point. But yeah, that was sad. And that's not even at the end, but at that point I was like, he's going to be the one who goes. So they've cast the votes, and if there's anyone who has anything to play, it's Kyle. He says, I've seen season 46. I'm not going home with this idol. And Kamilla did a great job playing it off, that her and Kyle weren't close and that she would vote for him, give her the Emmy or the Oscar. I don't know what award season it is, either one. Give that to Kamilla. Kyle cancels all 3 votes against him, and it is Thomas they go for. Understandably so. I mean, you kind of saw the boys vouch for Thomas. I mean, I assume they would vouch for Shaheen too, but it was like, I don't know. Thomas is probably, on paper, the most dangerous player of those 3. So, respect the move. I'm going to miss Thomas. This is a tough one early on. Seemed like he had the chops to win it all, and he is very, like, he's famous. He hangs out with cool people. We'll miss you, Thomas. So yeah, that's the episode. Next week on, bro. Now that I'm filming this on Monday. What are we doing? Jeff's crying. The most emotional episode of Survivor season 48. I mean, I'm scared to even podcast about this. I hope I don't get canceled. Um, yeah, I mean that should be exciting or sad. Hopefully, I don't shed a tear or misspeak about it. Whatever happens, that's my number one worry. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what is this emotional episode about. Who knows? So now I'll give my top three players to win and top three players out next. So top three to win. Number one, I got Joe. Um, Joe is the most protected player in this whole episode. I mean, Shaheen gets dunked on. He's the one who stays in the game. Thomas obviously leaves the game. And Joe doesn't even seem to get any Dodo content at all, or just like any negative content at all. We kind of just don't see his thoughts about this. So I think that's a really good sign for Joe's edit, to be honest, because if Joe like doesn't make it far or doesn't win, then they're like dunking him just like they dunked on Shaheen. I think Joe might win this game, bro. I mean, just going off the edit of this episode, and I I went back and looked at my 47 podcast and I was way off. Like you don't really know until like the final 9 or 8. Like I wasn't on Rachel until like the final 9 or 8. So who knows, but my guess right now is Joe. I just don't see anyone coming after him. I mean he has the close relationship with Eva. He fits into the theme of the season, which is duos. That has a duo together. So I think Joe will make it far in this game at least. Maybe like I think his floor is like a late, like maybe the like sixth place. Like I think Joe's in this thing for the long haul. A lot of personal content, so Joe's my number one. Number two, I got Kamilla. Somewhat circumstantial, just because she had a super big episode this week, but I think she has a good story. My boys out there, women have won one, two, three seasons in a row. We got to get some back. I know, you know, um, Survivor's a pretty sexist game that men can do things that women can't, but it's been 3 seasons, so I don't know if the metagaming of it, if they don't, the guys out there, let's get a guy win, but obviously I'm kidding. I think Kamilla is a pretty strong player as well. Great episode. I mean, she's had good episodes in the past, in my opinion, too. We know a little bit about her background. Obviously, a very strong player, too. Brings chaos and mess, so I'm hoping she continues. Number three, I got Mary. She made it through to the tribe swap. She doesn't seem to be in any danger on her new team. I mean, Eva and Star and themselves have beef, and then you have David and Charity have beef with each other. So she's really just gonna make it through that swap tribe as well. Don't see anyone coming after her at the merge. She can kind of Tika three through with like pull like a Carolyn or maybe like an Emily, just not get sniped out. I mean, I could see that arc for Mary. I think she's in it for the long haul. Other people I think can win. A lot of people are high on Charity. I'm not seeing that vision yet. I'm not ruling her out. Chrissy, I don't think is winning. Mitch, I think there's a chance. Say, I don't think is winning. Bianca, I don't think is winning. I think Bianca's going to be, well, we'll talk about that in a second. Shaheen, I don't think is winning. Kyle, I'm on the edge. He's kind of like probably the last person I would pick that would maybe has a chance to win. David, I think could win. Eva, I don't think is going to win. Charity, maybe. Star, no. And yeah, so contender list is low, guys. Can't wait to come back to this next year and see that Charity won the season, and I was just being an idiot the whole time. So with that being said, let's get into my top three players out next. Number one, I got Eva. I'm kind of switching back on this. I would switch back now, but this is my immediate thoughts after the episode. I just think she's in trouble on that tribe. Obviously, she was the first one to get the word out to vote Star out, so I think that could be like a situation where it flips on her. I don't see longevity for Star though, so maybe it would be Star. That's my number two next out, and then number three next out I have Bianca. I mean, I think this purple tribe just accidentally imploded due to the way that it's split up. I think Bianca's dead in the water. I think either either Eva or Star goes on the new purple team, and then if that new Vula team goes back to tribal council, like I know Kyle, we found out Kyle did play the extra vote, so it's like a 2-on-2 there. It's probably like a rock situation. I don't know what would happen in that 2-on-2. I think Joe or Shaheen would flip. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to that. So purple team, I think stock is down. And yeah, I think one of those three women of the purple team will be the next one out. So who's your guys' top three to win? Who's your top three out next? What'd you think of this episode? Pretty solid episode, pretty fun episode. The season's been pretty good. Honestly, since they've gone to 90 minutes, I don't think they've really missed much with any episodes. I mean, the beginning of season 46 was rocky, but it was the Banu arc and, not a lot of stuff going on besides Jelinski. So yeah, enjoying this season. We'll see if this episode brings a tear to my eye. More content on the way. Next movie review will be Beautiful Boy. Catching up on shows right now, so movie reviews will take a slow down, but we have shows in the working. So we have Severance watching season 1 right now. I'll have a review on that. I don't know if people care because season 2 just came out, but I timed things horribly, so there's that. White Lotus I've been keeping up with. So when that finishes, I'll do my whole season review for that. And the same thing with Daredevil Born Again. And we have more shows coming even after that. So NBA playoffs too, UFC, we do everything here. So if that sounds like a deal to you, stick with me, subscribe, like, dislike, leave a comment. Someone left a very nice comment on my Inglorious Bastards review. Very insightful, so it's always nice to engage with the community. So I'll leave y'all at that, and as always, be easy, y'all.